The disturbing rise of Sexyy Red.
Ross. Now get ready for the video.
What?
If you like my work and you want to see the crazy projects that I'm about to announce next, make sure that you follow me on Instagram at TraplawRoss. Now get ready for the video.
That's cool.
On the
We'll figure it
15th
out
of
next
March
time.
2024, Sexyy Red released her latest single, Get It Sexy. This came with a raucous music video featuring the biggest streamer in the world, Aiden Ross, recreating the classic scene from American Pie, as well as a scene where Sexyy Red was on a date with Drake and rejected him. She knocked back the most successful rapper that's ever lived. Now that's a ballin' music video. This track was a guaranteed success, and as of just 12 days since the release of the video, as I'm writing this story, it's wrapped up over 4 million views. Now Sexyy Red
7 million views a month ain't crazy.
Red has become rapidly the most buzzing female rapper in the music industry, but behind the music is a dark secret. A shady,
she got crazy amounts of fucking, what's it called?
most buzzing female rapper in the music industry, but behind the music,
like, what the fuck? She got it under her eyebrow, above her eyebrow, money sign right here, and it's sexy across her cheek. That's
is a dark secret. A shady formula encoded into her persona that aims to provoke and piss off anybody who comes across her music. From the release of her breakout single Pound Town, describing the vivid detail of her nether regions, to her blood gang affiliation.
She got the WWE belt? What the fuck?
Or even her posting
She look good, I guess, bro. To some people.
And sex tapes to her official Instagram page. In the age of social media today, the rewards seem to go to the people willing to act the most outrageous and offensive. And in many ways, Sexyy Red is the archetype of dialing up your ratchetness to cause maximum offense and making maximum money. But is this really just her being herself, or has her whole persona been a carefully crafted lie with the aim of upsetting as many people as possible and making her and her handlers as rich as possible in the process? Well, today, we're going to answer that question once and for all. This is the disturbing rise of Sexyy Red.
Early life.
Sexyy Red, real name Janae Nera Wary, was born in the north side of St. Louis on April the 15th, 1998.
Let's start things off from the beginning. Which part of St. Louis are you from?
Wait, 98. That means she's 26?
North side.
Okay, that's cool. I mean,
I'm from the north side.
Clearly proud of her city, Sexyy now has the St. Louis Cardinals STL badge tattooed onto her actual face. Now, this is a city with somewhat of a history within hip-hop, admittedly amongst some of the more forgotten and memeable rappers such as Nelly or Chingy. But the city did arguably produce one of the best drum makers in hip-hop right now, Metro Boomin.
Metro's from St. Louis? I thought he was from Atlanta, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I assumed he was from Atlanta. 21, Future. That's like his biggest fucking...
In an interview with Say Cheese TV, Sexyy Red actually gave an insight into her early life in St. Louis.
Violence and...
Yeah. It just, life was miserable. Like, I was living with my baby daddy.
On making $4,000 a month doing hair before rap? Helping her mom pay bills? Bro. What the fuck?
Mama. Like, I just, you know, when you just ain't where you want to be at in life and you just...
Sexyy explains that she struggled in the past having a child when she was young and that she had to share a home with the mother of her children's father. She would explain that St. Louis is a volatile...
I think the face tattoo's like, I don't know, that's just like a no-go for me. Like, I've seen, like, bro, above the eye is cool. It can work on some people, on some females. Below the eye, sometimes. But, like, when you do the across the cheek and, like, she's just too much. It's just too much. I'm talking about one tattoo per face. But, like, if you're doing... No, that's too much.
Volatile place, and that there's not many
that's $48K a year for hair. That is good as fuck.
Opportunities to make it out. However, before she blew up in music, Sexyy had actually managed to make her own lucrative past, escaping the cycle of poverty. She actually became a prominent hairstylist in St. Louis, making a big name for herself in the city. Sexyy actually claims that at one point she was doing everybody's hair, all the way to the point where she was making around $4,000 a month. Even to the point where she would actually have people in the...
Shout out her, bro, because bro, that hair shit, bro, like, I feel like hand-wise, like nerve-wise, like, bro, that shit is like, kill your hand, bro.
Same house who were ops, setting aside their beef momentarily for the opportunity to get their hair done by the GOAT.
I used to do her. I used to do other, like, I could find ways to make money. But my main thing was her, for sure.
Is this like through word of mouth? Is it?
No, like, everybody know I was the hood hottest hairstylist. Like, I did everybody her. Everybody named mama her, literally. Grannies, ops, like, I didn't have beefing. In the same, and they in my house, but I didn't know they was beefing, you know, like. Yeah. I used to do her, like, real good.
Crazy.
How much do you think you were making a week back then doing hair?
Like over 1,000.
Like $1,000 a week?
Yeah, it used to be
That's
like,
nice
bitch,
bread.
You said what?
I said that's nice bread.
Yeah, and then I was young. So, and this wasn't normal because like it's like it wasn't nobody really doing her where I was from. I was the one that was popular doing all of her. And I was the only one that could do the braids that I used to do. So everybody came to me for the sexy red braids, the trill red braids, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
However, hair might not have been the only means that Sexyy sought out to make money. St. Louis is far from a safe haven in the United States, and it seems that a lot of people in the city are forced to turn to illegal measures when it comes to getting by and making money.
St. Louis get down like
that's
that.
not the kind of stuff we do in my city. Like,
it
be stuff, gun charges, drug charges, fleeing the police, like stealing cars, like that. That's the kind of problems we got where we from.
As of 2017, the city actually has the highest murder rate in the country. And as her name, or even her hair would actually give away, Sexyy Red indeed has close ties with the Blood Gang in St. Louis, particularly on the north side of the city. In these younger pictures of Sexyy Red, she can be seen throwing up the Blood B and sporting her notorious all-red hairstyle, clearly banging blood. And she was seemingly tapped in with the Blood Gang since childhood. More specifically, a subset of the Bloods called the 45 Retta Bloods from the Penrose area. On the St. Louis gang map, we can actually see that their territory is located to the north of the city center and is surrounded by various different gang sets. The gang is also known to go by the name 4500 Margaretta or the Retta Mob. Now, not that much is known about this gang, but there are traces of their heritage scattered all around the internet, such as this YouTube video paying homage to the set and showing numerous members of this gang throwing up their signs.
My backyard, I go through the alleyway, there's Margaretta. How the you run out of weed?
Oh, me. Margaretta 4500.
Now, Sexy's early life in St. Louis unfortunately saw her becoming a victim to the treacherous streets.
Like, bro, it's just the face.
She would publicly mention being involved in shootouts with her own baby's father, with these sort of bang-outs apparently even occurring on the very same day that that couple were going to the hospital to find out the gender of their child.
Thank God that, you were pregnant. Anything could have happened.
Mm-hmm. It was crazy.
Did he start shooting back?
Yeah, it was a shootout. It was a whole shootout. That's the reason he alive.
Sexyy has even mentioned how she's accustomed to this kind of lifestyle, stating outright that she only really wants to date street guys. Now, it seems like over the years, growing up in this rough environment led to street activity being completely normalized in Sexyy Red's life, and she would ultimately find herself being excited by shootouts, police chases, and violence.
But that's the excitement, that's the excitement. And that's what street dudes bring. They bring that excitement.
Before we get into this, I just want to say, I gotta, what's the shit called? A perceived, opinion on her, bro. I think she brings nothing positive to the rap community, to the female community. I feel like she has a negative image. I feel like she brings nothing positive to give to the young females, bro. I think everything she does is negative, bro. There's really no place she has no place in this space for internet because she brings nothing positive to the table, in my opinion. She can be ratchet all she wants, but all of her music is just tearing down, I don't know what the fuck to call it, females and female upcoming females that are younger than her that listen to her music. She's only spreading negative energy to that, and that's coming from me where I don't even listen to her music like that. I just hear it on radios. I haven't even gave it a chance. That's how much I dislike it.
Excitement, high speed. We're in the
maybe this nigga can change that.
Yo.
Shootout. Shooting with like that.
And because of her talent in the salon, she was already hood famous in the city, with an unbeatable confidence that meant Sexyy Red was not scared to experiment and try new things to get by. And in 2018, she would make the biggest decision of her life to pick up a microphone and try her hand at rapping.
6 years ago, when 20. The birth of Sexyy Red.
Sexyy Red actually begun rapping out of pure circumstance. As she would explain in her first interview, it actually all stemmed from an ex-partner cheating on her. After finding out that the man had betrayed her, Sexyy decided to write and record a diss track aimed at him.
I've heard too many females say that shit.
And surprisingly, that man's friends would actually quite enjoy the track, and they encouraged her to pursue music and keep putting out songs.
I had a friend, we were talking. Mm-hmm. He made me mad, so I wrote a diss song about him, and I
was it a boo or bang or something?
It was my boo.
Okay.
It was my boo-boo. I made a diss song about him, And I showed it to all his friends, and he was mad, but they was like, she straight hard, for real. Like, you straight hard. So I was like, for real?
Following the success of this diss, Sexyy Red would find deeper confidence for her new craft, because then she decided to make an official track. This time, it was a remix to FBG Duck's classic street anthem, Slide. Sexyy Red was clearly influenced by Chicago drill, likely due to the similar havoc that was ongoing in the streets of St.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I've heard like Sexyy Red's come up was like, she went to Chicago. She was fucking with a whole bunch of Chicago rappers before all this shit. And she got hell love for
Lewis and the activities of her own gang. Now, the lyrics of her version of the song would include Sexyy rapping about finessing men for their money, rapping things like, first I do that sweet talk, and then we milk him for them bands, as well as claiming that she has plenty of smoke, or how she would roll her ops up in a backwood. In the second verse, Sexyy would actually show early signs of her future self, describing her dealings with men and stealing other people's partners in vulgar detail. And despite the audio and production quality being fairly low, it was clear from the content that Sexyy Red had the charisma to warrant a successful career if she chose to stick it out at music. And while her flow and lyrics were certainly juvenile, the song itself gained enough traction to make a serious name for herself within St. Louis. Perhaps it wasn't the most sonically pleasing, but the track showed Sexyy Red's ability to unapologetically be herself. Now, the track itself eventually even got the attention from the original slider FBG Duck himself, and Duck would actually even be there on the day of the video shoot. In a now resurfaced interview, Sexyy can even be seen standing behind Duck, holding a huge wad of cash and discussing her career. Now, Sexyy hadn't even come up with her rap name at this point, and when she was asked about it, she would respond that she doesn't know what it is, but that it needs to be something with red in it.
Wait, what's your rap name?
I don't know yet. Song with red, though.
The interviewer then asks her who was the man that she finessed to get the wad of cash that she was holding.
So who you finessed to get that band right there?
I can't tell y'all.
Okay, yeah.
That ain't y'all business.
Now, hilariously at this point, FBG Duck actually gets upset and forces the cameraman to end the interview, leading many commenters to believe that this money was in fact his, sparking speculation he may well have got up in them guts.
Who was the you finessed to get that?
Tonight,
Okay.
Okay.
Another clip would actually surface from this day, showing Sexyy Red dancing with Duck and FBG Young to some unreleased songs. And there was yet another funny clip of Sexyy Red allegedly trying to sneak Duck's money into her bag. Now, years later, Sexyy would discuss this night with Say Cheese TV, giving credibility to the rumors that the money was indeed not hers, as she even admits that she only had $30 in her pocket.
You went to Chicago with $30 in your pocket?
Not even $30. Like, me and my friend, we used to just be doing just traveling and being, one of us and I had no money. I'd be like, bitch, we gonna split this 15-15.
Now, Sexyy was aware of the traction that her name was building, and she decided to continue to pursue music, and the next song she came up with truly had the city divided. On the 1st of July 2018, Sexyy Red released a video for her official single, 1000 Jugs. Just like Slide, this was another remix or reworking of a classic song. This time, the sample features the instrumental to Vanessa Carlton's hit, 1000 Miles, the single that was made viral by the classic Terry Crews dancing scene in the movie White Chicks. Now, Sexyy Red would claim that she saw a remix of the song online and decided to give her own go at rapping on the beat.
So how did 1000 Jugs come about?
Well, I was on the internet and I seen a dude had did it and he was saying boom boom. So I'm like, ooh, I can.
But I know what she's talking about, bruh. It was like some dude like, I don't know.
Remix this, but
I think I know what she's talking about, bro. It was like a troll song, bro. Like it was funny.
I was just playing when I did it.
And it was this single that actually took Sexyy to another.
But I might have knew about this song, cause there was a couple songs that came out that like, bro, people bought promo for on Instagram, bro, and that's how I kept coming across. I'm like, damn, everybody doing the same song.
Level in St. Louis, but maybe not for the reasons she had hoped.
Wait,
in the interview, Sexyy explains that most
shit,
of the people around her clowned her for this song.
I'm pretty sure, like, because I remember it was like a big ass gun. I'm like, what the fuck she on that?
Told her not to put it out as it would make her a joke in the city.
Yeah. And then I recorded and everybody was laughing at me in the studio. When I recorded, I'm like, shoot, what's funny?
Yeah, I'm dead.
She was
right,
trying to
I'm
troll
like,
shit. I
and
remember
then
she was
that's when
like,
some people liked it. They like, man, don't record that. Don't put that out there like that. You gonna make a joke of yourself. You gonna make a joke of yourself.
I need to listen to
so I was like, kind of didn't want to put it out like that. I had been wrote that song. I just never dropped it.
When listening to the song, it becomes clear as to why many were taken off guard by the track, as Sexyy sings her take on 1000 Miles, reimagining the chorus in her exaggerated ratchet voice. The song itself is compiled of hilarious boom boom ad-libs.
I swear to God, I remember this. I swear I do. 1000 whatever jugs. Bro, I swear I remember this shit.
Robbie.
Oh God, bruh.
Making my way through the hood with
Oh, God.
boo. All his homeboys think I'm cute.
Come on now, I told you. Hella gun sounds.
Riding around 10 and 5, toting his iron. Bet 9 and I've tried none.
Bro, I remember that, bro. What the
and
fuck?
features tongue-in-cheek
I ain't
lyrics
know
of
what
her
Sexyy
rapping
Red.
about killing goofies. Sexyy appears to
That's
even reference a
crazy.
possible run-in with her ops on the song, suggesting that she'd sent them running so fast that they left behind their
Nah,
tennis
straight
shoes. Now, the
troll,
verses
bro.
of the song weren't exactly filled with complex
Bro, I
bars or
remember
metaphors.
some other dude did that, bro, and he did the exact same thing on some troll shit, just yelling out fucking onomatopoeias and shit, bro. Gun sounds and shit,
But
bro.
it was a
That's
perfect depiction of Sexyy Red's ratchet
Onomatopoeia.
personality. And from here, Sexyy decided to ignore her haters, going forward with the record, even filming an equally outrageous music video, with her toting guns and walking around her St. Louis hood with a goofy-looking man who looks like he has no business with being there. There were scenes of
He was
Sexyy
like
Red
him.
strumming an AR rifle like a guitar and skipping
Like
around the
Chuck
neighborhood
Norris.
with that goofy. Now, Sexyy Red clearly didn't take herself too seriously, and she clearly understood the recipe for going viral on the internet, which doesn't always have to rely on good quality music or well thought out lyrics. In the end, she chose to release that single that many people had clowned her for, ultimately doubling down on the theme with an equally outrageous music video. But it turned out she had actually made the right choice, as the video amounted to hundreds of thousands of views, making her a household name in the streets of St. Louis. That single would land her her first radio interview on Hot 104.1 FM, where in a wholesome display she was actually joined by her own mother. Sexyy had already been making legitimate moves to further her career in the city, even performing Slide to
I'm pretty sure, bro, like a Nike headband on or some shit.
Hood, sipping this yak. Niggas about to get blown with the Mac.
Okay, there's nothing to do I was thinking of, but yeah. 16 million views is crazy.
Riding around the block with a Glock. Yo ass finna get shot. That's the silencer. That's the grenade launcher. I'm finna kill you. I'm finna drill you.
Okay, I do not remember that, but I low-key do, but I don't.
crowd in St. Louis just days after 1,000 Jugs was released. Sexyy by this point clearly realized there was a formula to getting views and going viral. She had the image, the lyrics, and the gangster affiliations that she would need to blow up in rap music quick time. And the more outrageous her songs and videos and lyrics were, the more fame and success she would see, whether people hated her or not. It may be possible that 1,000 Jugs was so influential that it might have even been the inspiration for Young and Ace to choose that very same beat in 2021 when him and other ATK members chose to record the classic diss track Who I Smoke, which I covered extensively in my video about the war in Jacksonville. But anyway, in her interview, Sexyy Red would actually give an insight into how she felt becoming a meme off the back of these records.
Talking about, and how you feel like getting put on like all these different social media platforms.
I mean, like, it's just crazy to me. I did not think, it's just so funny to me when I just go on, like, the internet and see me as a meme and see what people say about me, because I'm like, I never thought that I would get out there all the way like that. Like, I was always popular all my life, though. Like, everybody already knew me in the city, but now it's viral, like, for real. It's kind of weird.
You was on your Insta story the other day, and you was walking, and dude was like, hey, I know you. A couple dudes stopped you. How that feel now?
Everybody stop me everywhere I go now.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go. It don't matter where I go. I go to the nail shop. I can go to the beauty supply, the supermarket. They gonna be like, you Sexyy Red. You just, hey, was you that girl on that video with that white boy with that ponytail with that, like, they always say stuff.
And she would go on to explain that she saw social media as a blessing.
So I always ask people this question: do you feel like social media is a curse or a blessing?
It's a blessing.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, it was harder for people to get noticed without social media. But now that you got social media, it's so much faster for people to get seen and go viral and stuff like this. Like, that's a blessing.
Now, having just released 2 songs, Sexyy Red at this point was getting very clued up on how to manipulate the audience for views and exposure. And Sexyy Red would aim to keep this momentum going, releasing the drug anthem Free Smoke in the same month as 1,000 Jugs. And in the next year, on the 1st of January 2020, Sexyy would follow that up with another street anthem called Northside. On this song, she chose to lean heavily into her blood gang affiliations, choosing a strategy not dissimilar to what fake Blood 6ix9ine had done to go viral just a few years before this. In the video, Sexyy was seen sporting a red bandana, patterned shorts, and a red
Nah, bro. Ethica draws is crazy, bro.
rag tied to her hand whilst throwing up numerous blood gang signs. And the lyrics themselves would pay homage to her Northside roots, even dissing other neighborhoods in St. Louis, such as the West and South Side. And she would even claim in the song that she is personally down to go on drills. But sadly, unlike 6ix9ine's blood antics, this song didn't actually get the attention that Sexyy was looking for, and ultimately she chose to take a brief hiatus, returning to her roots at the salon.
So rap wasn't working out, you know, the last few years.
I mean, it was working.
I'm about to say, bro, she was getting 100,000 views, bro. I would have done. Kept pushing my shit.
Music was still going up.
You definitely were. I mean, no disrespect. Like, you definitely were doing your thing. Like, you were household name in your city. You were doing your thing, moving around. You had shows and you had fans.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like you couldn't get the things that you really wanted off rap. So I don't want to.
What the fuck? I wear Hanes. Is Hanes insane nowadays? Ethica and PSD's the same shit, bro. Like, what the fuck? Them shit's like fucking $10 for one pair of drawers, bro.
Disrespect your early career, but what were you doing to make money while you were trying to, you know, build that nationwide buzz?
Yeah.
I used to do her.
But in 2021, Sexyy Red would come back to music, releasing a number of singles, which led up to her debut mixtape titled Ghetto Superstar. Sexyy Red would come back to music, releasing a number of singles, which
Ghetto Freestyle Hood Bitch. My bitches nasty.
led up to her debut mixtape titled Ghetto Superstar. And to kick off the year, she released the shockingly titled track, Slob on My Cat. This was obviously a homage to the hip-hop classic by 3 6 Mafia, Slob on My Knob. And it would appear that Sexyy Red had another smart strategy of using famous samples of classic records to amplify her career. The original 3 6 Mafia song was an example of one of the most vulgar tracks in the early days of hip-hop that ultimately picked up a lot of attention, which made it a great choice for Sexy's emerging style. And her choice of lyrics certainly did not disappoint. And the next year, Sexyy would release the music video for that song, which ultimately went on to be her biggest hit at that point. And
Wait, that was only 3 years ago, okay.
Sexyy would continue releasing her singles, as well as a slew of videos such as the drill-inspired track Hood Bitch, where she can be seen holding up guns and red blood rags. At this point, Sexyy was picking up steam in the industry, and soon, celebrity cosigns would give her a much-needed stamp of approval. In 2022, JT from the City Girls would give Sexyy Red a public shout-out, letting the world know that her music slaps. Although her mixtape and recent singles at the time were all amassing good views in the hundreds of thousands, Sexyy Red had barely tapped into her full potential at this time. But the next year, 2023, one song in particular would launch her to the very top tier of the rap world.
Where the fuck did Keith come from?
Sexyy Red had ended 2022 on a high note, securing herself a feature with R&B superstar Summer Walker on the song Sense That God Gave You. But this song was unlike any other Summer Walker song, as it appears to be almost a parody of the ratchet-style music that Sexyy Red has gotten so good at making. Summer herself can clearly sing exceptionally well, but on this track, she chose purposely to change her tone and style to fit in with Sexyy Red's style, with the same explicit and shocking style of lyrics that you would expect, along with a music video with the same vibes, which actually would depict a pregnant Summer Walker twerking and dancing around a gas station alongside Sexyy as they rapped along to the vulgar song while holding a baby. The track would give Sexyy a lot of momentum moving into 2023, landing 8 million views, making it her biggest appearance on a song to date. And in January 2023, Sexyy Red would ultimately release her massive hit, Pound Town, produced by beatmaking
It's been a year and a half already, bruh.
Beast Tay Keith. And although the song featured very typical lyrics of what we've come to expect of Sexyy Red by this point, there was one bar in particular that caused the song to spread like wildfire. It was a bar where she how can I put this? She described the colour of her various holes. The official music video for that track also released the very same month. However, it wasn't until the boxed-in live performance at a wig store was released the very same month.
I was like, this is the video. I don't remember this.
However, it wasn't until the boxed-in live performance at a wig store was released that caused the song to go more viral than ever. The combination of the hilarious lyrics and the backdrop, as well as the goofy security guard standing behind Sexyy, was ultimately the ultimate recipe to cause this song to go super viral. Her formula worked, and the song had people talking all about her holes from all over the world. Whether there was hate or not, it gained a lot of extra views and traction for Sexyy Red.
Just listen to Pound Town. Oh hell nah. I mean, garbage musicians are bound to come up every now and then, but it's literally the single worst proper rap song.
Leading many people to circulate interesting conspiracies about how exactly this talentless rapper had become so famous all of a sudden. It's easy to call someone an industry plant when you're oblivious to the amount of work that they've been putting in for years. 2 months after this, Sexyy would release another official video for her track Pound Town, which now sits on a whopping 33 million views. At this point, she had reached a new peak in the industry and actually became the hottest thing in hip-hop, receiving cosigns from many industry giants like Nicki Minaj, who even made a part 2 to Pound Town. Sexyy would release 2
now
more
that she's
singles
on it.
that matched the hype of Pound Town in June 2023, one of which being Sexyy, another Tay Keith produced banger that pushed Sexyy Red further into
I
the
ain't gonna
mainstream
lie.
conversation.
She's just good at making ratchet fucking classics, bro. Like she can make whatever she's just good at making hits for the females that just, you know.
And Sexyy remained calculated in her moves, even making the Sexyy dance attached to the song go viral in its own right.
Like, do y'all know what that means? Ski. Okay, ski. That's when, like, if you see a cute girl or somebody with a big booty, or you trying to holler at somebody, or they call that the geek call. The geek. A geek is a crackhead, dope fiend. Like, when you serving geeks where I'm from, that's a geek call. Like, if you see some geeks on the other side of the street, like, ski, so they know you got that in. Yeah, but that's what we do around.
So, do you use the call the fiends or the girl? I'm confused.
Now, these tactics that were used to promote Sexy's music and pump up the streams were
13 million
really
views?
working.
I thought it had
Now,
more, I ain't gonna lie.
Sexyy is sitting on an astronomical 31 million views.
That's still a
Sexyy
lot,
was at an
though,
all-time high
obviously.
at this point, and she would even launch her own lip gloss brand. And in typical fashion, she took the vulgar energy of her music and applied it to selling her products, with the shock factor making her launch super viral too. She would actually name each product in the lineup of lip glosses after famous lyrics from her songs, with one even being named after
Coochie
an STD.
juice?
She would use names like Coochie Juice, Booty Hole Brown, Coochie Pink, Nut, and Gonorrhea. That's
Yellow
crazy,
discharge?
but super viral. I mean,
Man. Oh, and nut? Bro. This bitch got nut on their lip, bro. Talking about some fucking lip gloss. What type of lip gloss is that? Gonorrhea? What the fuck?
Hole Brown, Coochie Pink, Nut, and Gonorrhea. That's
Yellow
crazy,
discharge?
but super viral. I mean, it's clear that Sexyy was deliberately going after outrage to get people talking about her, and it was working like a charm. However, it was by this point that some of the public began to speak out about how they were disgusted by the lyrical content and Sexyy Red's.
No, the thing about Sexyy Red is like, bro, she'll never like, she don't get care about shit, bro. Like, she has no care in the world. She'll just act the way she act. As long as she doesn't go over the edge too much, and she just acts herself and takes the ratchetness up to 100, bro, she's not gonna care. As long as she's not gonna get canceled for the shit she says, which she's not.
Unapologetic attitude in her music videos. Many articles and video essays would be released debating whether having role models around like Sexyy Red
And you look at this shit, 22,000. Oh, it's got 300,000. I thought that 29,000
was actually doing harm to society rather than just providing entertainment, with all of this
She is,
discourse
though.
raising more difficult questions about
agree.
females' place in hip-hop and whether talent takes a backseat over sex appeal. To the masses, it could be argued that as long as a female has the image, sex appeal, and raunchy lyrics, they can shortcut to a massively successful career in music, with the theory being supported by success of recent rappers like Sukihana, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, and Glorilla.
Bro, I can't name not one Sukihana song, bro. Oh, selling coochie, nice. But I ain't gonna lie. Cardi B was the first one to come out and not be on to really sell her body, along with her raps, and then Megan Thee Stallion, she's shaking her ass along with good music, and then it felt like Glorilla, like she really like could rap, but she also was hella ghetto, and she used that to maneuver her way to make that hit, FNF. And then it was like Sexyy Red just took that ghetto-ness that Glorilla had, and she didn't even have really ratchetness for real. I don't think so. But she took the ghetto-ness that Glorilla had and added her own ratchetness, and then just shot to the top, I feel like. And that's
being
why she's
supported
so
by
famous.
success of recent
Like,
rappers like
and she makes
Sukihana, Cardi
good-ass
B,
music
Megan
for
Thee
some
Stallion,
people.
and Glorilla, all using these so-called tactics. But in my opinion,
The
Sexyy
best
Red
looking female artist? Come on now. Glorilla. Like, Cardi B without makeup. Megan Thee Stallion. She's just like, bro, I don't even know. Her face just don't look good. And Sukihana, hell no. Nicki Minaj. Come on, Nicki Minaj 20 years ago. Oh, Lotto. That's a fact, but I don't know. Everybody be on her, bro. Glorilla.
Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, and
Glorilla
Glorilla
look
all using
better
these
than Ice
so-called
Spice.
tactics. But in my opinion, Sexyy Red's appeal is really just the result of her being a truly
But I think go Glorilla, Lotto, then I guess Ice Spice.
authentic depiction
I
of
forgot about
herself.
Lotto.
She is indeed a sexy, ratchet female blood. But regardless, Sexyy was not going to let her momentum slow up for anybody. And in August 2023, she and Sukihana would team up to release possibly the most raunchy song of all time, titled Hood Rats. Now, I probably can't even show you these lyrics on YouTube, but her and Sukihana basically titled Hood Rats. Now, I probably can't
Up and down that booty gonna go. I'm working on your baby daddy. He finna lick my. Oh hell no. I'm looking sexy, I'm looking fine. No broke boys can't waste my time.
Can't even show you these lyrics on YouTube, but her and Sukihana they're basically looking for a guy that likes to eat the brown Skittles, if you catch my drift. And in the second verse, they even seem to suggest they want to suck the dust out of Joe Biden. Sexyy even went on to appear on Angela Yee's Lip Service podcast, boldly admitting that she had caught 2 STDs previously.
I had chlamydia before though twice.
Okay,
but
I mean
that's
the most pretty common.
Yeah, very common.
This what happened. Me and my together, and we broke up because he was cheating on me. So then we broke up. Then I went and did me. Then he did him, and then we missed each other, came back together.
Something went right.
We both was like, "What's this smell?"
Oh shit!
Like, ugh, what's going on? So
Did y'all
then
go
we
to the
both
doctor
went
together?
to the doctor. Yeah, we went to the doctor
Yeah.
together,
And-
and then we both was
Wait.
like, "Will you?"
I ain't lie, I never had an STD. I ain't know that shit smell. That shit, bro. Imagine it's like first link and that shit smell crazy. You thinking it's just her not drinking her water, bro. Whole time she got a hell no, bro. And it's like I know like usually like it's supposed to burn when you piss when you have STD as a man, but like as a woman, what's the signs for that, bro? Son, bro. Oh hell.
People and he like you fuck 2 people too. I'm like, we don't know who did it. You fuck 2 people and he like you fuck 2 people too. I'm like, we don't know who did it. We still don't know.
Did y'all
who
call
did
the people that y'all was with and let them know that something went right?
I think I know who did it, but I'm gonna blame my baby daddy though.
Yeah, blame him.
Now, Sexy's music was getting dirtier by the song, but if Megan Cardi's filthy hit WAP taught us anything, it's that sex sells, and the dirtier the drawers, the stronger the stench. This approach of shock and awe in her music actually allowed Sexyy Red to stand out, and to some, get more respect, as she was so brutally honest and funny in her music, you just wanted to keep listening. And she knew her formula was gold, and she didn't slow up from there. Sexyy would ultimately go on a spree of scoring numerous all-star features during this time, all while being pregnant. She linked up with Lil Durk on the track Hellcats and SRTs in September, Chief Keef in the remix to the track F My Baby Daddy, but in October, Sexyy would receive possibly the biggest moment in her career when she appeared on the Drake song Rich Baby Daddy along with SZA, featuring on the hook and making one of the biggest moments on Drake's entire album. And to think that Sexyy came from her humble beginnings, making songs for fun, dissing an ex-partner, to collaborating with the biggest artist in the world and making the biggest moment of her album is truly astounding. And to make the situation more viral, Sexyy was pregnant around this time, and the video would even show Drake and SZA taking Sexyy to deliver the baby at the hospital, even causing rumors that Drake may well have been the father. Not another one. Anyway, moving into 2024, Sexyy went on to continue making big and clever moves, such as appearing on a stream with Aiden Ross and pretending they hooked up, a smart way to tap in with his young but huge audience, establishing a good relationship in the streaming industry. Just a few days after that, Sexyy would release the music video to her new song, Get It Sexy, another viral anthem featuring all the components for a hit record. The video would have an appearance from none other than Soulja Boy doing the classic Crank That dance, Aiden Ross would be in the video streaming himself into a cherry pie, and Drake would appear as Sexy's date. Now, Billboard already considered the song a viral hit just days within its release, and at this point, Sexyy Red was becoming a cheat code for other people to go viral. Even her Breakfast Club appearance would have everybody talking, as Sexyy, just being herself, chose to stand on business, appearing on the show with no filter, making it immediately clear that she's not fond of the new co-host, Jess Hilarious.
Well, when you came in here, I spoke to you, and the first thing you said was, "No, you can at least look at me."
She don't even want to look at you.
For real, you ain't gotta mess with me, but you can look at me.
She walked in and said, "Hey, Charlamagne, hey, DJ Envy, just said hello." She was like, "You be sneak dissing."
Yo, I was gonna say my damn self. I'm right here.
I missed that. You missed it. Oh, I see it.
Yeah, no, I spoke to her, and she said, "I don't mess with you, Jess." And I said, "Why?" She said, "Cause you be sneak dissing." I said, "All right, tell me what's wrong. Tell me about it. What's up?"
I don't mess with you.
All right, let me know why.
You be sneak dissing.
All right, how do you feel like I sneak diss?
I see everything. I was trying to make sure y'all wasn't sneak dissing before I came up here too.
Where we sneak diss?
I check everything.
Where we sneak diss?
Whether Sexyy Red's persona offends the masses or not, it's hard to ignore the strides that she's taken in her career. Many may criticize her, claiming that she used overly sexual and vulgar lyrics to catapult herself to the top of the game. However, behind it all, there's clearly a well-calculated talent and strategy making everything happen. The recipe was perfect, and it could easily be repeated over and over again. Yet Sexyy Red's unique charisma meant that by just being herself, she's managed to go viral repeatedly. Seemingly, she's still the same hood rat she was in her first ever releases, with rappers like Cardi B becoming megastars in the late 2010s and singles like WAP reaching Billboard's #1 spot. Maybe the success of these types of rappers is more of a reflection of how our society leans more towards ratchet and overly sexualized content. Now, that's not to say that that's the only way that female artists can get ahead, as there's still plenty of lyrically gifted and talented female MCs that all have their share of success and acclaim. Rappers like Little Sims, No Name, and Rhapsody all break those stereotypes that have been attached to females within hip-hop. Many of them have
Not gonna lie, I don't know any of those.
Managed to become successful in the male-dominated rap scene without ever having to describe the color of their booty holes. And despite the sex-driven shortcuts that Sexyy Red has seemingly benefited from, that doesn't mean that she didn't still have a hard come-up. After an appearance on Lil Yachty's podcast, Sexyy would even give an insight into some of the real horrors that she'd been a victim to in her past.
Can you tell us like the craziest thing that's ever happened to you?
Crazy. And it's gonna stay between us.
I got her. That's the craziest thing that ever happened to me.
Maybe something a little bit out.
Bro, they are not serious. They said maybe someone. That's crazy, man. That shit whack, man. 26, man. They said, what's the craziest thing? It'll stay between us. A big ass camera in front of you. I got something
she'd been
before.
a victim to in her past.
Oh, hell.
Can you tell
Maybe
us, like,
some
the craziest thing
a
that's
little
ever
less crazy.
Crazy. And it's gonna stay between us.
Craziest shit.
That's the craziest thing that ever happened to me.
Maybe something a little bit out. Maybe something. Okay,
I mean, I don't know. Like,
maybe something.
shootout?
There we go. Shootout.
Yeah, there we go.
High speed?
That's more.
Damn, that fucked up the whole energy, bro.
What we were thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Wait.
That was crazy.
We just want to say we are sorry.
Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, wait, that's definitely. That is unfortunate.
It's not something.
Why they laughing?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the shootouts.
Okay.
And stuff. Wow. You
But the shootouts and stuff, yeah.
and a lot of things.
Yeah, I have.
And now you're a big rapper.
It isn't as if she was just given a career without any
Damn,
hardships
bro.
in life. And whether or not the public hates Sexyy Red or believe her success is all just a clever marketing tactic, manipulating the streams and using sex to bait engagement, ultimately she's just being herself, and it's paid off handsomely.
I'm grown. Why do I gotta hide what I want to do? I'm grown, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. When people say I'm acting a certain way or I'm being myself, like, what? All I know is to be me, you know? So I don't know how to be no other way. They be saying what you saying, but I'm saying I'm being a hoe because I'm being myself.
So from being practically unknown at the start of 2023 to being at the top of the industry in 2024, clearly Sexyy Red is a legend in the making and will definitely be here to stay. Let me know in the comments what you think of Sexyy Red, and if you like this type of kind of throwback rap biography style of video like I used to do back in the day, let me know down in the comments, run up those views, and I might make more videos like this. Anyway, until next time, it's been your boy Traplaw Ross. I'm out. Peace.
I still feel the same. I still feel like Sexyy Red don't bring anything good to the industry. She's making money, yes, but her impact on the little girls coming up right now is gonna be very apparent in the next 5 to 10 years, bro. Unfortunately, and I think it's already bad for the females coming up, bro. Like, it's a terrible generation, but yeah, I think it's only gonna get worse, bro. Because I feel like a lot of this rap shit is like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are affected by this. Like, a lot of people hop off the porch because they see their favorite rapper talk about it. And I think it's gonna be the same thing with people that listen to Sexyy Red's music, unfortunately. Yeah, get this shit on my screen. Gonna have a daughter, shit's scary. You just gotta be in their light, bro. They need a fucking father figure.